about leading from the front. My experience as a Tornado GR4 pilot very much involved quite a lot of frontline experience and time spent overseas in countries like Iraq. And I use all of those experiences from the front line and I take them into a business context. So for me, it's all about learning from storytelling.
These are £2,000 bombs. One of these bombs would destroy this hotel. I was flying with Ringo, a very experienced navigator. He had 8 years of frontline flying and I had 4 months. And yet in modern warfare, I am dropping weapons from 20,000 feet on targets that I physically cannot see on his say. The trust between the two of you is absolutely implicit.
So we can look at all the threats, we can do a full briefing, a full threat analysis, but often it's those latent threats that reside within any system, business or organisation that bite us, especially when you tie it together with complacency.
What you're trying to create in leaders, I think, is you're trying to take someone from a transactional leader, i.e. I'm paying you to do a job, go lead. That's not a leader, that's a manager.
I am leading my first ever combat mission that night. And despite being the most junior on my team, every decision that would affect that team would be made by me.
You have got one blind spot when you're flying. It is directly behind yourself. So if you're an individual, you will not succeed. But together, that's when you become powerful.
As we did this manoeuvre, the flares left and we watched this missile go from being locked on, it pulled off on the flares and it exploded about 2 miles away from our cockpit. And we debrief. Our debriefs can last 2-3 hours. We go through the debrief funnel. What happened? What were the facts? Why did it happen? What's the cause? How? How can we be better? Learning constantly from our failings.
And whenever there's a conflict, you only hear about the pilots, but you need every single one of those trades to be working together in tandem. The engineers, you want to talk regulation compliance. I don't want these to be words that these guys are using. I want this to be in their hearts and souls. I want them to be doing the right thing because they want to, not because they have to. Because every single time I get airborne, my life is quite literally in their hands. And I never had any doubt in them.
And it was in that moment I suddenly realised that's what it feels like to be part of a highly performing team, making decisions, knowing you're going to be held accountable, but at the same time feeling empowered to do so.
Do you know what? I've been talking the talk for some years. Maybe I should step up and say yes. And so I did. With a group of 20 women, I summited Kilimanjaro. It was the most challenging experience of my life.
We were the closest, what's called airborne asset. And we dived down from 20,000 feet. We approached this aircraft on its wing and we escorted it out the way. He had about 2 minutes to run before what would have been a disaster over UK airspace that day. And it changed my future.